then, guys, so I've just done that other video for you, and then now this has just come out that I've just seen at the Echo. Jose Enrique responds to Jurgen Klopp after Liverpool boss called him out in the press conference. So, just to give a bit of backstory, you obviously know when Jurgen did his press conference about his exit, he named Enrique for basically saying that the owners were not a reason why he was leaving the club, yeah? Now, Enrique has responded to that. So, I'm not going to read the whole article because there seems to be oh no, that doesn't seem that much. I'll read the whole article to see what it says. So, Jose Enrique has doubled down on his criticism of Liverpool owners FSG as he believes they played a role in Jurgen Klopp's decision to step down as manager. It comes despite the Reds boss speaking out against the Spaniard's claims following his announcement last Friday. The 56-year-old made the shocking announcement that he was stepping down after admitting he had run out of energy after a relentless 9 years. Klopp will leave his post at Anfield despite having 2 years remaining on his contract, as the Reds look to end the German's time at the club on a high. After 9 years, Liverpool begin their hunt for a new name in the manager's office at AXA. Klopp rallied the troops that the final 3 months of the season will not fizzle out as testimony to the manager that brought the Premier League and Champions League, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to know that. Since the bombshell, Liverpool have won their first 2 matches against Norwich and Chelsea. However, not everyone is convinced by Klopp's reasons for stepping down at the end of the season. Namely, Enrique, who has pointed blame at the owners. I think there are many reasons why he's leaving, but they are reasons that we will probably never find out. And he was speaking to is it the Governor's Sport, whatever that is? Never heard of it before. Even if he doesn't agree with me, I still think and believe the owners have a lot to do with it. You can't renew your contract and suddenly leave the club. It doesn't make any sense. There has to be more to it. It has to be something with the owners. He must be tired of having to pull off miracles all the time. He always has to do so much more than Man City and even Arsenal now to get what he wants in the transfer window. Which is true, innit? You know, Arsenal have spent, 300 million over the last 2 summer windows, and City, they just spend 50 million on bench warmers, so it's not a problem to them. I don't think he's just tired generally. Why would you renew your contract if you're tired? It doesn't make sense. The fact that this has happened in the middle of a transfer window too is worth discussing. Klopp had probably had another window of talking about players that needed to compete, because at the moment they're fighting in every competition, and once again the club haven't brought anybody in. They've lost Joel Matip to injury, but instead of signing another defender, they've had to play Joel Quansah. I think there's more to it, and that's just my opinion. Obviously, he says something different, and he knows his own reasons for him to leave now is strange. That's true, though, innit? As much as we can all say Quansah's been good since he's come in, we wouldn't have all thought, oh, you know what, let's play Quansah. Quansah's going to be the guy that comes in to replace Matip, sorry. We all would have expected us to go out and get a centre-back, yeah? The former fullback hasn't been one to mince his words on Liverpool, their transfer business or the ownership structure in recent years, and the dig at the American owners isn't the first time since Klopp's announcement at the end of January. Enrique sparked a theory that the lack of investment was partly to blame for Klopp leaving. He said this last week, I think something happened. I have my own opinion about it. I think it has to do with the spending and the owners. I think he's got tired of trying to keep fighting every single year to sign players that he deserves in the team. I agree with that. Like that whole Jude Bellingham situation. You know, Bellingham's entourage in Liverpool to meet Liverpool officials. If you believe this, I believe it. And then literally the day after, all the clique come out and say, nah, it's not happening. Why would Bellingham's entourage come to Liverpool just to say to Liverpool, nah, we don't want to do it, mate. You can pay for us to stay in a hotel. You can pay for this, that, and the other. But, we're not going to go ahead with it. It don't make sense. I think he just got tired of that. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, he's given his opinion, and that's a real one. But from my side, and seeing it from a former player as well, he's just every year he needs to do miracles to win stuff with these players. Obviously, they have a great team this year to win stuff, but again, this January transfer window, the team needs something, and the owners just don't give it. I really believe they need one or two players, and he does as well, even if he doesn't say so. So I think he's just tired of it. I think he believes it's going to be a good season, and then after that, he leaves as a king. That's my opinion from the outside. I'm not sure if anyone is thinking like me, but it's very sad. And first thoughts, I was mad. Not about him, but the owners. I was really, really mad about it. And guys, I was mad about the owners too. Like, do you know what I mean? So, I agree with Enrique. I do think there's something else that's gone on. There's so many things that have happened recently as well that just add up over time. He might have his own reasons as well in regards to his grandchildren and this, that, and the other. But I just do also think that this is, the Bellingham situation, the Caicedo situation. We didn't have the money for Bellingham, but then we went and signed these other players. Then we put all that money in for Caicedo. There was something the other day, wasn't it, where it was like they said that they couldn't do the Jude Bellingham one because they wouldn't be able to sign anybody else. But then they went and signed everybody else, and then still bidded 100 and whatever million it was for Caicedo. Now, was that all a bluff, just so they could do that to show that they were trying and they already knew he was going to Chelsea? Just like this Michael Edwards thing, where, I don't dispute the fact that they've asked Edwards to come back, but they knew the answer was going to be no, and they just let it leak out there via these journalists that are quite close to the club, so that there's a bit of PR out there, so the fans are off the back a little bit. The fans will be like, they're trying to do the best, yada yada yada. Do you know what I mean? The Lavia situation, refusing to pay 50 million for a month or so, having all these bids rejected at 30, 35, 37 and a half, whatever it was. Then you go for Caicedo, 100 and odd. And then when that falls through, you go back to Southampton for Lavia, offer to pay the money they want, and then Chelsea come in and pay an extra 5 million. And the player wouldn't have probably come to us anyway because we ran his name through the mud. I don't blame Lavia about that. I feel sorry for the kid, me. I do not blame Lavia for not coming to Liverpool. I blame Schmatke, the owners, Klopp, whoever was in charge of that situation. That's on them, why we didn't get Lavia. Yeah, I do think there's something in what Enrique is saying. And he would know as well. He would know what things are like a little bit behind the scenes at Liverpool because, am I right in saying that he was there at the beginning of their tenure? I think he was, wasn't he? I remember watching him in a match up at Newcastle when he had to go in net, when Pepe Reina got sent off. When Dalglish were manager. Yeah, he must have been there at the beginning of their tenure. I can't remember, guys, off the top of my head. But yeah, all these things, guys, all add up. So yeah, we'll have to just see what happens, won't we, I guess. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on Enrique. I believe him. Do you? I'll catch you in the next one.